Hello loves and welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a minute. Long story short, your girl's YouTube account was like targeted by some hackers that were trying to like have access to my account. So I got locked out of my account for a bit, unfortunately, but they didn't get in, and I just, had to do some stuff on the back end to just get my account access to my account again. So here we are. Now that I can post again, I have like a lot of things that I want to post, and so you guys are going to be getting a lot of videos from me. Though I will say that the way and the pacing of my content is going to shift a little bit, especially with Patreon. So I'm going to switch from doing, so this is kind of like a mini update as well as like everything else, because we are doing the new moon in Cancer breakdown in this video. But just like a quick mini update, Patreon's going to switch a little bit, so we're not going to focus more, so much more on online workshops, as I'm going to focus more on educational content on Patreon. So that's going to be like the focus on there, and I'm really glad that I got access to my YouTube again, so I can start posting the long formatted videos. So I'm just going to be focusing more on just educational content on there. There's a video that's gonna go up on how to use body hair, like every body hair that grows out of your body, how to use it spiritually. There's going to be a short form version of it on YouTube, and you're gonna have the full-blown, we're gonna go over every single area of your body on Patreon. So we're going to just do like, we're going to break it down like that. Like, I'm going to focus more on educational content. We're going to do shorthand on YouTube, and then the long form like breakdowns on Patreon, just to keep things like for them to make sense. So that's how that's going to look like, especially now that I'm working on my book and I'm halfway through my first book. I'm really excited. I'm pushing through. Jupiter's in Gemini now, so we're doing it. But I do want to focus a lot of my energy. I know like before I was posting like every single day, which is a lot, but it was, it's something that was really easy for me because I was not working on a book. And technically I'm working on 3 books at one time, because your girl has a moon in Gemini, and that's just, Gemini energy. We start something and then you have to start something else because you got another idea. But I am primarily focusing on my book that's coming out first, which I'm so excited to share with you guys when it comes out. I cannot wait to share that with you guys. And it's just going to be amazing. And there are some books in the works, a list of books that Spirit actually told me that I need to write and publish. So your girl's in her author era and her writing era, so that's what we're doing. But that means that the content needs to change a little bit, so I can't post every single day, but I am going to try my best to still focus on the educational content, because you guys know this channel is specifically about helping you guys like learn the thing, right? Helping you guys grow within your practice, helping you guys feel more comfortable in your practice, and that's really what I want to focus on. And so even the books that I'm going to be writing is primarily giving you tools to, do the thing on your own, and not kind of get lost in the sauce by everything else. It's mainly, it's for you guys, really. So that's how the channel's gonna change a little bit. Patreon's gonna be more focused on educational content, where we might include some workshops here and there, but as of right now, it's not my primary focus, because I really, really, really want to get this book published. So that's what we're doing right now. Anyway, now that we've done that like update, hi, let's get started on the new moon breakdown. So starting right off the bat with the planetary positions, we have the sun in Cancer. Welcome to Cancer season, by the way. The moon in Cancer as well. Mercury will be in Leo. Venus will be in Cancer. Mars in Taurus. Jupiter in Gemini. Saturn in Pisces in retrograde. Uranus in Taurus. Neptune in Pisces in retrograde. Pluto in Aquarius in retrograde. So retrogrades happening, okay? Definitely a lot of stuff going on with the generational planets, especially spiritually, and just to like diving into the collective consciousness a little bit, there's a lot of spiritual trauma that's being worked through and healed right now. There's a lot of generational spiritual stuff that's coming up. In a lot of my sessions that I've been working just one-on-one, it's been a lot of like navigating spiritual attacks, spiritual like generational spiritual hexes, spiritual issues. It's been a lot of like ancestral stuff, and so it's because of the planets. And these retrogrades have been doing their thing. So definitely make sure that you are focusing on ancestor work throughout this time, especially because Cancer season, it's the sign of the family, right? It is the nourishment, right? And we do need to make sure that the ancestors are also taken care of. So make sure that you're also focusing on that, because you would be surprised how old beef from like the 1300s is still impacting your bloodline right now. So yeah, so definitely make sure that you are proactive in your spiritual practice at this time. So that's where the planets are currently for this particular new moon. For the aspects, so the sun will be in conjunction with the moon because they're both in the same sign, obviously. So there is like that alignment there, and the sun will also be in conjunction with Venus. So there is a sense of, especially intuitively, you might be feeling very, very like in a flow kind of vibe. Like you might just be feeling like, wait, ooh, what? Like it's like this ebb and flow, back and forth kind of ebb and flow energy that's happening. Your intuition might just kind of be like back to back. Like it might just feel like that as well throughout this period of time. So make sure that you're like, at the same time that you're kind of perceiving and taking in information, that you're also holding space for yourself and your self-care, because it's very important for you to self-nourish right now. You do not want to deplete your energies. If you're feeling tired, make sure you sleep. If you're feeling like, you know, there's something that you need that you're not getting, make sure that you're holding space for you to get that thing, whatever it is. You need to make sure that you are taking care of yourself during this period of time, because when it comes to Cancer energy, a lot of people will also take this time to look at those with like those primary like Cancer placements, and those who are kind of called into being leaders or elders or nurturers to some capacity, and just lean on them like they have to take care of all of your problems. Everybody has stuff going on, and so it's really important to make sure that your cup is full, and that you're just not letting people like straight up drink from your cup when you're just like also depleted or getting depleted. Also make sure that your protections are in place right now. It is so important that you protect your energy, because when I tell you while this is a really great time for a lot of water magic, water manifestation, picking like intuition, creative works, is a really great time to like, especially if you have an idea about what you need to bring to society or something that you need to work on that's going to benefit society. It's a great time for that. But at the same time, there's people that will like, again, find ways to leech off you and leech off your like energy. Like if you're very determined and working on something else, they'll like lean on you extra, so you're just kind of focused on what they need from you instead of what you need to do. So make sure that you're also taking care of yourself, because Cancer energy, they be getting like abused to the max with like, oh, pay attention to me, take care of me, I need you, I need your energy, I need, but it's never I give back. So make sure you're taking care of yourself first. But this is a really, really good time for creativity, self-care, nourishment, spiritual development. Really, really, really great time for that. The sun will be in a trine with Saturn. Okay, so there's definitely a lot being processed, and this is what I mean by like the generational planets, and especially the retrogrades are doing their thing. Make sure that you are not neglecting your relationship, not only with your family members, because it is important for you to see what the state of the family is as well. A lot of the time, spiritual folks, they kind of like see it as their own personal journey, but then forget the ancestral part, and then also forget that the ancestral part impacts the family line. You need to make sure that you're also looking at issues within the family and how you are coping or releasing or healing those type of issues as well. The things that you can do, because you can't do everything, but there's things that you can do. So make sure that you're also not neglecting that, because that's very, very, very important. But during this time, you might also within your dreams have certain things come up that is very telling of like things that need to get done or things that need to get healed. The sun trine Saturn is going to definitely ask you to, especially with your intuition, it'll come up intuitively. You'll be given like, hey, this is what the issue is. This is what the problem is. What are you going to do about it? What is your reaction? How are you going to then, right? What is it that how is it that you are reacting? What is it that, how can you, kind of, because you are a representative of your bloodline, what responsibility are you taking to doing the work? Okay. So there is a sense of, there is a sense of ego there. That's like, oh, I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to do, but the Saturn's gonna hold you to the fire because you are still part of your bloodline and there's still work that needs to be done. So don't neglect that. The moon will be in a conjunction to Venus. This is a really, really good time for self-care. Really good time for also, like, if you wanted to do some love workings, okay? If you wanted to do some love workings, it's a great time for that. It's a great time to also do a lot of home stuff. Like if you wanted to redo your home, find a new home, find your dream home, like move to a place that you really are manifesting, like your dream place, manifesting your dream kind of like, not just like your home, because your home, that also incorporates a level of like family or like loved ones, like people who you keep around you who you love very much. So this is a really great time for you to navigate like those areas, those things. It's a really good time to kind of invest in your comfort zone. So like if there's stuff that you need, like you're like, you know what would ask yourself, what would make your home experience a lot better or feel a lot better? You might want to buy something. You might want to get a new couch. It might be like as simple as you needing to like get something for a different room that would just change the vibe completely, or you getting a new bed, or you treating yourself to something. Like it might literally be that, but it's about your comfort. So also make sure that you're looking at which area of your life like needs to be upgraded or changed in some sort of way in your home life. Okay. The moon will also be in a trine with Saturn, and this is what I love to call the fuck your feelings. One of the way Saturn be like fuck your feelings, because it's literally like in a trine with Saturn. So like your moon, your emotions are like in a trine with Saturn, so it's like literally fuck your feelings. What do you need to get done? Saturn is basically calling on you to focus on your emotional stability, your intuitive ability, your spiritual stability, you being capable of being grounded, you being not overwhelmed or kind of letting yourself get taken apart by any situation that comes up. It's literally about, it's like a check-in, like, hey, are you good? Are you? Because you kind of lost your shit last week. Like what? Let's talk about it. It's about you being able to confide and ground and rely upon yourself, and also on your spiritual abilities without negating them when something bad happens. Super important. Super important. Mercury will also be in a trine with Neptune, so this is amazing for really amazing for creativity, amazing for bringing in harmony when it comes to or feeling like very purposeful within the creative field. So my creators out there, it's a really great time to just like let yourself rock and let yourself like sit in your creative space. This is a really good time for also a lot of like spiritual breakthroughs, a lot of mental breakthroughs, clarity when it comes to like from the subconscious mind into your consciousness. You might come into understanding of dreams or something that's been coming up a lot. You're like, I haven't been understanding it. You might have a breakthrough for this new moon, and it might just like click something, like it might just be like kind of moment. So also keep that in mind. Mercury will also be in opposition to Pluto, so the way that you take in some of the messages you might need to sit with it, you might need to process it, you might need to like use discernment. This is a great time to use discernment because Mercury in opposition to Pluto, it's like there's a sense of not wanting to change your mind about something but needing to. So and it's okay, it's okay if you need to like switch perspectives. Sometimes you need to do that. It's like it's a good time to be like a little bit more flexible when it comes to your mind and not just kind of like stuck in your old ways. You might literally need to upgrade your thinking, and that's totally fine. Venus will be in a trine with Saturn. Again, this is a really great time for love magic and love manifestation, like especially stable ones. Like let's say you wanted to get married, or you're like, hey, even though Saturn's in retrograde, this is a really good time to manifest someone that not only you're like, it could be like your partner, but also because Saturn's in retrograde, this is a really good time to manifest someone that's like, it's a 2-for-1. Like you get to like heal or break a generational curse or something like that, and at the same time have your person. Like, this is a really good time to manifest that type of relationship. That's like a 2-for-1. It's like it's being grounded into your life, but there's a purpose why they came into your life, and it is also healing in some capacity. It's not just stagnant, or it's not just for you on a personal level. It's like, hey, our connection actually has broken a generational trauma that we've had for a minute now. Next, we have Mars in conjunction to Uranus. So some people are definitely going to be feeling a little bit more introspective, focusing a little bit more on you, and that's totally fine. If that's what you need right now, again, make sure your cup is full before you try to feed and give your cup to everybody else to drink, because that's not, why are you doing that? So this is a really good time to make sure that you're okay. Like, set yourself up for success first. Put the seatbelt on yourself. Put the breathing mask on yourself on the airplane first before you start putting it on everybody else. It's about you. You might be feeling like changing up your style. It is the summertime, so you might be feeling like, you know what? Let me get some new clothes. I need to kind of do this or XYZ. Like, you might literally feel like changing it up a little bit, and you might feel like, you know what? That's how I'm feeling right now, and that's totally fine. Again, feed your cup first. Feed your cup first. And lastly, Uranus will be in a trine with Pluto. So collectively, there is a lot of collective chaos going on, especially like politically. Pluto is in Aquarius right now, and so there is a lot of collective stuff happening within the consciousness, and the collective consciousness is a lot of conversations happening. Expect continuous chaos, because what the things that are coming up socially are very reflective of the things that we personally need to, like, how we need to kind of move. So all of the different types of chaos that's happening and all the transformations that's happening, you're going to see the way Aquarius energy is kind of coming up collectively. It's pretty wild, and it's coming up in the reading as well, because we did get the star card. So we know Aquarius energy is at present, and literally it's really so funny because the way the cards came out, it's like so much air for all the waters in the chart. Is so much air, because the undercurrent of a lot of things that are happening is mental, is verbal, is things that have been said, is like words that have been said, it's like spells that have been said. And this is what I mean by like focus on generational trauma when it comes to the ancestors, because you could have certain things, certain blockages that happened like literally ages ago that is still impacting your bloodline, and it's like you need to move from it, right? First card right off the bat, we have the 5 of Swords, then we have the 6 of Swords, and the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. The Ace of Pentacles in reverse. This is talking about the retrogrades, okay? It embedded deep within you. You're still carrying some of that, it needs to be released. It absolutely needs to be released. This is why the last 2 cards are the Star card and the Page of Swords. There needs to be a kind of evaluation of certain generational curses that have been passed down that are verbal, okay? And what I mean by verbal, it's like, you know, when people, like parents say, oh, we're never going to do this, or this is always going to be like that, or we always marry people that are like this, or all the men in our family are like this, or all generational curses. Okay, take the Cancer energy and re-nourish the bloodline. Break them generational curses. Break it. If you sit with yourself and you're like, listen, I remember my mom saying this. I remember my dad saying that. I remember all this stuff. And you know what? Let me pull up a candle real quick, because I need to break this down. Like, this needs to stop. This is a continuous cycle that really needs to stop. This is what I mean. Okay, that is what I mean. Like, think back, reflect on the past. Write a list, all of the things, all of the negative things that family members that you've heard them say before about the family, and start doing spell work against that. Break that down. Be like, that ends with me. I'm not speaking that into existence. We're not doing that. Because what's going to happen when you do that is that, because you're putting in the work, you're going to be able to see the positive that comes out of that. So this is what we get. The oracle cards. We have distance, turbulence, reward, power, luxury, and effort. Okay, you have to flip this. And the only way to flip this is to go backwards. You have to re-nourish. You absolutely have to re-nourish. If you don't, you're not going to be able to see the, like, okay, you're not going to be able to see the positivity. You're not going to be able to see, like, it stalls and it halts manifestations and things coming to pass, because there's things that still needs to be worked on. Then we have intuition and union, because it's a really good time to do love magic. I cannot stress that enough, especially as we get closer into Leo season as well. It's really great time to do some love magic collectively, I'm just saying. But again, intuition amplified right now. Really good time to work with your spiritual ability. Really great time to work with your clairs. Really great time to listen to yourself, okay? Because trust, you're gonna be guided with what it is and what you need to know. Bottom of the deck, 2 of Pentacles, right? Because certain things needs to come into harmony. We have the 6 of Pentacles, and we have the Wheel of Fortune. All Pentacles, because it's really highlighting that ancestral work that needs to be done. Anyway, I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for watching this video. Do not forget to subscribe if you're new here, and I will see you guys in the next video.